Hello and welcome to Cinema Express. This is Priyanka Sundar. Today we have with us Aparna Balamurali for Fingertip, the Z5 television series. Hi Aparna.
Hi, Priyanka.
So tell us about the role of your role in this show, of the psychologist.
So basically, the whole thing deals with tech It's a tech thriller, and it talks a lot about social media, internet platform, and how people are using it in a really bad way. So my character is a psychologist, and because it's about the whole thing is related to social media, and the patients I'm addressing are more affected by the world of internet, by the world of social media, and how they blackmailed by that and all those things. So yeah, my character deals with different types of people uh, who are affected by social media.
So to play a psychologist, like how did you do your research? Did you have to read, I don't know, Freud or something? Like, did you do something like that?
No, I actually, to be very frank, didn't do a lot of research. But whatever Shivakar told me, like how and whatever he asked me to do, I've done all those things, and all those things I've seen. And yeah, basically, it's about listening to what the other person has to say. And I mean, actually, a clinical psychologist has to deal a lot more than whatever I did in the movie. But here in the movie was all about how these stories influenced me, and how I tried to help them in different ways possible. And that's how I think Prasanna sir and my character would come along. Yeah.
So this is in Tamil, at least second OTT release after Soorarai Pottru.
Yeah.
So the padam, this is a OTT series. How has it been?
See, of course, Soorarai Pottru has its own, and it's Surya sir's movie, and I think avlo periya oru movie that was the first time OTT it was getting released. That really had a big wave on the time. People watched the movie. They said, I think at that point of time, at least to have an option, OTT release was a huge relief for all of us. So Soorarai Pottru was seen by a lot of people, and they messaged me from all over the world. So I think that was really a happy thing for me during COVID pandemic time. So now it's a second release, and Fingertip has a lot to contribute, lot to talk to. Talk about to the audience. People who have been victims of all these things, and people who actually have done all these things. So yeah, it talks to both these categories, and it calls out a lot of people and lot of types of people.
Okay, so when you're working on a show with like so many episodes, what is the production period like? And the process எப்படி இருந்தது to shoot a movie versus shooting for series, the continuity, all of that, episode by episode.
The time period which we take was, if you ask me about the time taken for the shoot, it was actually very short compared to a cinema. இப்போ இதில் எப்படின்னா, we didn't actually go by episode to episode அந்த மாதிரி போல். இந்த ஃபுல்லாக ஒரு ஸ்டோரியாக கன்சீவ் பண்ணி we finished the whole thing together. That's what happened. And because there are so many people, so many artists acting in it, we had to divide it according to the artist dates and all those things. So there were a lot of constraints for Shivakar to actually look up to, but still I think he did a very good job in linking all these things together, shooting it likewise, and the timeline path and the continuity path ellame he is the one who actually managed everything together.
So speaking of picking projects, like Soorarai Pottru Kaprama, there is this thing where you have commercial படத்துல இருக்கிற ஹீரோயினுக்கு ஒரு ஃபார்மேட் இருக்கு. Over the years it's become different things, but there's a format. But right now, is that format still existing? Like இப்பவும் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபார்மேட் இருக்கா, தட் கமர்ஷியல் படத்துல இருக்கணும்னா இந்த குவாலிட்டிஸ் இருக்கணும் அப்படின்ற ஃபார்மேட் இருக்கா?
I don't think so, but நிறைய பேருக்குள்ள அது இருக்கு. நிறைய பேர் கேட்பாங்க, நீ இப்போ சூர்யா சார் கூட படம் பண்ணி ஏன் இன்னும் வெயிட் பண்றீங்க, haven't you got any offers for another big budgets films and all those things? I get questions frequently. I guess get those questions. But என்னன்னா, we are living in a world with lot of changes happening. இப்போ இப்போ இருக்கிற மூவிஸ்ல பார்த்தா there are a lot of things to offer to the audience. It's not just about, you know, இப்போ even in Soorarai Pottru, Surya sir took up that character and he actually was so supportive on screen and off screen. அவங்க வந்து even there are moments where other characters overpower his character. So we have a myth usually, இப்போ stars வந்து அப்படி பண்ணணும் இப்படி பண்ணணும், but you know, when it comes to changes like that, I think audience-க்கு அது beautiful they conceived it. Even the movie as such, you know, it came out in a whole new other level. So I think with all those things, script has become the main point of, you know, selection of a movie for me. Especially Soorarai Pottru is something which I got, you know, I didn't get to select Soorarai Pottru, the team got to select me, and I'm grateful for that. That is what you know, changed my life again altogether. But after that, when I selected Veetla Vishesham, I found that's actually the official remake of Badai Ho. I love the original movie and it has a lot to talk to the audience. You know, there are a lot of, so basically the two movies which is releasing on June 17th for me is like, society has to play a huge, you know, there's a lot of importance for the society, and it also talks about where to keep the society in your life, in your personal life, where how you prioritize society is a very important thing. So scripts like that and characters which are very you know, for me, I always say, even if the people talk about even if people get to talk about my character after leaving the theatre also, I find myself very lucky. I select characters like that. I want characters like that. So yeah, if you ask me that if the myth is there, the myth is still there, but a lot of people are changing in that case.
Okay. So when it comes to, say, Bomindra character, the way it was written, it must have had nuance. And the nuance, I don't think you can get in all scripts. It could be because of the writer or the person. Nariya vishayangal irukku. So from how Bomi is shot from a female perspective versus how your other characters shot from a male perspective, difference irka, and how do you deal with that difference?
So basically, it's not about female male perspective. Adavida, how a person sees all characters, a female character, and that is very important. But Sudha ma'am was very adamant about a lot of things Bomi does in the movie and how she has to be portrayed. The Sudha ma'am really wanted. Coming to RJ Balaji, he was also a very adamant person about how a female character should be written. And I think irrespective of what gender the director is, it's all about the way they think about writing a female character. And if you see Veetla Vishesham, there are three if I include myself, there are three strong female characters in Veetla Vishesham: Urvashi ma'am, Lalita ma'am, and myself. So Urvashi ma'am has scored in the movie. She's literally scored in the movie. So it's like how the person conceives it, the writer conceives it. So luckily for me, all the writers which I've got luckily has written my characters in a very beautiful way, where I didn't have to feel like you know, sidelined or oh, I just have to come show my face and go. I have never felt that in any of my movies till now.
So like you said, பெரிய படம் பண்ணிட்டு நிறைய பேர் கேக்குறாங்க ஆஃபர்ஸ் வரலையான்னு. How do you deal with the pressure of having to you know, keep up to that level or that benchmark you set with?
Everything has a graph. So when people started asking me this, I felt like, oh my god, what am I doing? Am I not doing it right? Should I go for, you know, all the big movies that are coming, or should I actually stick on to what I want to do in this you know, field? So everything of that, you know, those questions came into my mind. But at the end of the day, the graph eventually dropped, and you know, that actually brought me into a saturation level where I thought, whatever happens, it's about me and my career and my satisfaction. And what I want to do, like if you ask me what I want to be in the next 10 years, people should know me for the characters I've done. And if you take again these examples like Lalita Amma and Urvashi ma'am's example, especially Lalita Amma, she has done varieties of characters. Variety is a very, you know, underestimated word for her, because she has done from 2 minutes character to a full length heroine character. So true artists will actually, I think, look up to the character which they given, not how the movie is or what the movie, I mean, who is doing the movie, what the budget is. Beyond all those things, there is something you know, you feel committed towards the profession, that passion towards the profession you have. So I think that is also very important.
So if a person is bringing a script to you, what are the three things that you look forward to in that? Like,
The overall story, how it goes, how it excites the audience, how it excited me, that is one thing definitely which I look up to. And my character, on how people will remember my character, what is what they can relate to in my character. So as an actor, I think the best we can do is represent a group of people. So when I did Bhumi, a lot of people came and told me like, my life has been like this, or I wanted to have a life like this, like Bhumi, an independent woman. So there is a large category I'm representing. So I think what category am I representing in this movie? What can they relate to when I do this movie? So all those things. So mainly the story entirely, and my character, and the director, the person who's directing it. And these three things are the main three things I would look for when I select a movie.
nice. This is about how Soorarai Pottru perceived female desire. Like Vayun Silipata irukattum illa the chemistry between Surya and Bhumi irukattum, like the Surya's character. Yeah. So how that was perceived and how you played it, did you from anybody get negative traction for having put forward that desire upfront?
No, not at all. That's the thing. I think when people start doing it in a different way, that's when people realize, oh, this can also be done in this way. And that's when people start accepting it. So till a point, if you don't show the audience like what we can do and what we cannot do, till then they'll have a judgment. Oh, this is what will happen in a movie. But if it's a star movie, the girl will just come and then just go, and then she'll have a song which is entirely in a different area scenario, which is entirely in a different scenery shown. So all these things happen to a certain point, but after that, people, especially in Soorarai Pottru, people started realizing that இப்படியும் பண்ணலான்ற ஒரு realization that came to a lot of people, I think. The even in Kattupaile's song, be it the lyrics, be it the way of the song that's taken, it's not all glamour, it's not all glittery and all. It's very raw, it's rooted, it's like how you see in a household. If you see the romance of of a couple, you might see it in the same way. So that all those realities have been hidden. We used to hide it in movies a lot. So I think things have started coming up in a very different way, where people have realized, oh, it can be done it can be done this way also, it can be shown this way also. So I think, yeah, that has changed a lot.
So you don't have any like remnants on the Soorarai Pottru kapram. Are you looking for a similar role, or have you got similar roles? Like,
See, not very similar roles I've got, but yeah, in my next movie, Nithamuruvanam solite, it's coming out. In that movie, it's almost it's a village girl, but a very peppy, very jolly, village girl character I'm doing. But people tend to compare everything with Soorarai Pottru. That I'm not very happy with, because Soorarai Pottru, I did Bhumi, and because of God's grace and the training Sudha ma'am and all of them gave me, the time they gave me, I could do Bhumi in a very good way. But Bhumi is over there. I don't want anyone to compare like Bhumi Madri Aglan in the character, because whatever I'm doing in Fingertip, whatever I'm doing in Veetla Vishesham is a completely different character. So this has nothing to do with Bhumi. So every time people, even in Malayalam, I had this phase where in Maheshna Pradiyaram, people used to say, it didn't be like Maheshna Pradiyaram, but it was okay. I cannot expect to I don't want to get another similar character, because then I'll be typecast. I want to do something different. So that difference will be there. And it's all about how I do that character. That character in that movie is all that matters. So people have the tendency to go back to Soorarai Pottru and then compare, oh, it hasn't come up to that. So yeah, that I know I'll hear that for a very long time.
But you're ready. It's already happened under Mahesh and Pradhigaram order.
Yeah,
So
that
you
has
have
happened.
seen it already.
So first I used to talk back like first I used to be like, yeah, I used to think, oh, wow, is it my mistake? Then I realized, see, it's not my mistake. I'm getting a different story and a different character. Why does it have to be like Jimsy in Mahesh the Pradhigaram? Then I realized it and I started making people understand that, see, this is a different movie. See it as a different movie. Don't go back to Mahesh the Pradhigaram every time you see another movie. Started telling that to people. Yeah.
Okay. That was a lovely conversation. Thank you so much.
Priyanka.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.